you have to know somebody with a disability. I mean, bear in mind, majority of people who are in the services have quite complex disabilities, might not be able to verbalise, so you know them, you know their behaviour, you know when they're happy, sad, ill, and if you've got people that don't know them, these kind of issues can arise because of it. So that's what we've always said about continuity of care. They need to have the same carers, people that know them and people that they know and trust.
So what's the situation like at the moment?
St Bernadette's obviously closed, just like many other places, the elderly centres and the schools and everything else. So they've provided help within the home for those who really need it. And things have been going well, but the problem is, again, we're up to the issue with people who don't understand social distancing, self-isolation, and after 2 months of being indoors, they're beginning to get very frustrated, which can lead to issues.
Mention was made in today's last daily government press conference that about special access for disabled users at the beaches, but you're hoping for a designated pool that's accessible for vulnerable people.
The government have provided facilities at the majority of beaches. There are some people, if they choose, can use those beaches provided the facilities are open. But there are other people, for social reasons and health reasons, can't access the beach. And the only place that we can think that is familiar, equipped, fit for purpose is the accessible pool. I think the whole problem at the moment with the press conferences and everything is there's been no information for people with disabilities and their families. In the second week in June, I believe, a family member can go and visit in Mount Alvernia. There's been no mention of when can you go to Dr. Hiraldi, when can you visit your child, your sibling, your family member who's living in a supported flat in the community. What about the people who, for various reasons, can't wear masks, don't want to wear masks, don't understand why they need to wear masks? There's so many issues, and none of these issues have been addressed, and people have been given a timeline. The elderly, for example, and bar owners, restaurant owners, everybody seems to have a timeline of when the unlocking is going to progress, but there's been no mention of a timeline for people with disabilities or their families, and that now is becoming an issue.
So you almost feel like it's a forgotten sector of the community?
To be honest, it's nothing new. Let's put it that way. I'm trying not to be harsh, but at the end of the day, there's people with disabilities are looked on as a minority, because obviously there's many more elderly people, but they're here, they've got rights, they've got families, they've got feelings, and we just need to take everything on board, and it's a case of choices and equality at the end of the day.